Okay, moving on to probably which was the match that sort of made this event, if you want to say, Cody defeating Dustin. This was the ultimate storytelling match. A lot of people are comparing this.
It was the best match of the night.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It was the best match of the night, and nothing against, not. Because when you say that, it's like some people go, like that's a put down on any other match that was on, because there was great matches. This is one of the. Arguably one of the best pay-per-views, I don't know, some people say ever, from their, from in their minds, just because of the significance of it all. And that was the best match on the show. If you go by the crowd reaction and the sustained heat from beginning to end, not, okay, there's moments, there's like, okay, because there's great matches to where the people are going fucking ape shit, and then there's, parts of the match where they're dead fucking quiet until they get them going again. You know what I mean, right?
Right.
Even some of the really great matches that have been talked about recently, you find, quiet spots, in those matches that, like, ideally you don't want to have.
Right.
And this match didn't have that. The fucking people were crazy the whole way through, from what I could tell.
And even the post-match stuff, what you think about that part?
Yeah, it was so great. Just, when I talk about the really important stuff is not the moves, it's the stuff in between the moves, and that's all. Like the shit that they did here, like the stuff they did in between the moves was brilliant. Was just fucking, it was so great. Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy for both of those guys, but Dustin especially, because Dustin, he's admittedly he's been very open about like his struggles and all that, and a lot of that has to do with self-image and and not thinking, as high enough about yourself as you should. And like, so when I see him go out there and do that, and everyone, piling praise on him for it that he deserves, it just makes me really happy for him. Yeah.
To me, not taking anything away from Cody, but I thought Dustin was the star of this match.
He was. Yeah.
Prior to this match, I was telling my fiance who was sitting right next to me, I told him, like, man, imagine how good this match would have been. This was prior to the match, okay?
Yeah.
I was like, imagine how good this match would have been had we had a few weeks of like a real, televised build towards this match. And part of me, I thought that I wasn't going to get as into this match, or that maybe other people weren't going to get as into this match just because we didn't have a full story to get behind of. Yeah. But it turns out that I was completely wrong, because it sort of started from almost like the end of a story, but also with all the other stuff that we already knew from their history from years and years prior, sort of was implied with this match. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I also love the build up they had on that being the Elite show. You have Dustin, retired Goldust character, and then going to himself. But then you had Cody cut that amazing promo saying, I'm not going to beat my brother. I love my brother, but he just represents that old guard, that old attitude era kind of thing, and I'm going to destroy that. And so even if you didn't know about Goldust or even Black Rain, let's be honest, you had something going in there going like, what's going to happen between these two, for sure.
Or 7.
A 7, yeah. Oh man, that was sticky back. That's awesome. Like, this gimmick is weird.
So also when I first started in wrestling, I'm like 15 years old. I was around Dustin a lot. I didn't wrestle. Like we both would hang out at Brett Sawyer. I don't know if you know who Buzz and Brett Sawyer were. They were wrestling brothers, kind of like the original Steiner brothers, actually. Buzz was fucking nuts, but we hung out there, Nasty Boys and Dustin, and they worked for Florida Championship Wrestling, and I was a Malenko guy. So I was around Dustin a little bit there, and I actually met Dustin for the first time when I was about 10 years old. He was at one of the wrestling shows with his dad. I know Dustin a long time. I was so happy for that guy.
Did you get to talk to him at the
just a little bit? Yeah, enough.
What was his mood? Was this prior or after his match?
I'm sure he was in, his mood was amazing. It's just, he's very middle, like, you don't see any real huge sway in emotion. Like
the stoic.
Yeah. He was pretty stoic or just kind of laid back vibe, like you couldn't tell looking at him that he was on cloud 9, but he was.